Question number 3. What do you think the world needs the most now from a leader, Caleb? A leader to show that there's a third way to resolve conflict. So I think often when we think of fighting, we think of somebody who runs away from the fight, or we think of somebody who escalates the fight. You know, the runaway is the one that's doesn't want to get into any controversial or heavy conversation, and the one that escalates it is the one that does name calling and shouts at people and says they're stupid and gets punched and punches back 10 times harder. If you're familiar with that phrase that Trump had used before. And I think the person who escalates the fight tends to have more capacity or endurance to deal with the fight, because the one who runs away just runs away. And so I think we have a tendency to look at the person who escalates it and says, that's the person we want because they're being active, at least they're doing something. But I think it's because we don't believe or even see that there's a way to be above that. That there can be people who fight even harder and who have more capacity to stay in the fight. And I think these are the ones who resolve the conflicts. So if you think about it, you think about Martin Luther King Jr., you think about Mandela, you think about Gandhi, you think about some of these leaders, and they were strong. They were so strong, but also very loving. And so I think once you get to that level of strength, once you get to that level of endurance, then love is the way through. Love is not soft, especially that type of love is not soft. And I think we just don't have many examples of this. And so people turn to the ones that look more courageous, the ones who are at least punching people in the face. They're more courageous than the ones who are running away. But the ones who are even more courageous are the ones who take the punches and still love, and still want to hug the other person and give the other person a shoulder to cry on. That's the type of leader I want to see right now. Ooh, I answered that one just in time.